G'day, my name is Joel Rasmussen for Southern Cross Combat, and ahead of his fight on Diamondback, I'm talking to Mr. Frank Jankowski. Frank, thank you very much for the time today. How are you this lovely Friday afternoon?
Yeah, great. Yeah, been training hard. Just went to sauna before, get a bit of weight down, and just got my last hard sparring tomorrow. So last hard push, and then just next week, fight week, just cut the weight, and yeah,
Next week's cruising,
yeah,
and then you cut weight, and then it's the fun part.
yeah, definitely. Uh,
Now, you're coming to me today, I believe, between sessions.
yeah. Just went to sauna and then went for a run, did some weight, strength and conditioning, and then that's it for today. And then tomorrow will be sparring, and then the last conditioning.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I wasn't sure if you had some more training to do later today.
No, no, all done for today.
So today, as you were mentioning, that's sauna and kind of weights and stuff. At this point,
Yeah.
as you said, we're coming towards the end of the last week of training. How often are you in the gym?
Every day except for Sundays. Sundays my rest days, and then Monday to Saturday, basically at the gym. And then sort of Fridays depends if I'm feeling. If not, just go to sauna or do some classes.
That's fair. Are you working full time as well as this?
Yeah. I got next week off, but I'm doing like defits, like labor work, like demolition work.
Damn, just destroying things.
Yeah, kicking walls, having fun half the time. Uh,
Such a violent man, Frank.
uh, don't look it though.
Is there something to that though? Like, is there almost something nice about like, may not look like a killer, but I am?
Yeah, people sort of underestimate me, maybe our size. Because I don't really look like a fighter, but
Do you think people in the fight world underestimate you?
sort of. Yeah, maybe not everyone, but
But the wrong people.
yeah,
It has been by the time you step into the cage, it will have been just around 9 months since the last time we saw you fight. How has that 9 months been for you?
yeah. Well, I got a bad injury in that last fight. I fractured my spine. I got kneed in the back several times, and then there's a bone off the spine. What's called like a transverse process. Several of those broke off, so it was rough. Like the first 3 months after that fight, couldn't work, couldn't train. But my identical twin brother, he had about 4 to 3 fights while I was injured. So I helped him. Like we went to Bangkok, he did the World Championships. He fought for amateur title in Melbourne, and yeah, it was good just to like keep my mind off things. And yeah,
How how has that recovery been for you?
yeah. So about 3 to 4 months, it was sort of like completely healed, but it's just basically gotten back to training, getting like the training in because it was basically no training until like training most days, and then your body sort of gets used to not training, and then you sort of have to get back into routine.
When what is the like I kind of touched it like I kind of asked it in the last question, but what is the recovery when you have a spinal injury? Is it just like you just need to sit and not do anything and not move?
Yeah, basically, there was like no back breaks or anything. It was just basically like can't do much until like the bones sort of heal, like attach back together. So it was like a lot of Xbox, a lot of like doing nothing basically. But it was good to like go travel with my brother, go corner him, and then still in the game, but not so.
How is it talking about, you said it just there, still in the game. Maybe you're not developing the physical side as much during that rehabilitation, but how is it to kind of keep the mental side of fighting sharp?
Yeah, good. It's always good having my brother because we're all just pushing each other, even if we like have our days off, we're all just competitive, and then always just keep grinding.
How is he when I'm assuming, brother's probably a good relationship, but when you sustain that injury, how is he? Is he supportive or is he like, haha?
He's supportive, but sometimes we give each other shit, but most brothers do.
um so that was your first fight in your professional career for a title.
Yeah.
It didn't go your way, but as long as well as that was your first loss in your professional career. How was that to take your first professional loss, and how have you been since then?
Yeah, I took it not too bad. Like I had two losses in amateur, but this one sting a bit because, yeah, it was for the Eternal Belt, was in Perth, had heaps of people there. But yeah, it's just a good motivation thing. And then, yeah, for this one, just pick up the training, know where I went wrong in the fight, and then look to work on those things.
You mentioned the losses at amateur, but of course the amateur career is different to the pro career. When you build that momentum, you are undefeated going to that fight, and then you suffer a loss. Is that like, does everything crash down? Are you like, oh my god, there goes all the hard work? Like, kind of how did you react afterwards?
Yeah, I didn't react too hard. It was more just like the injury that I couldn't go back into training from that fight. Like, yeah, the loss not too, yeah, because everyone's still gonna love me after win or lose, draw. The result doesn't matter. It's more just like afterward, just like yeah.
How
But
would Sorry, I was to say, how was everyone's? You said it yourself, and I'm assuming friends and family are still going to be there. But how was
yeah,
kind of everyone's response, friends and family, afterwards?
yeah, yeah, they're good with it. It was just more like how couldn't go back into training and yeah, couldn't really do much after that fight. But I didn't. Yeah, took it. It stung a bit, but it just made me fucking stronger and like yeah, want to like push more in training and the next fight want to perform better. Yeah, because you're only as good as your last performance, and then mm,
Talking about that, when you do heal up and you've had that time to kind of sit on it and think about it, your brain's still sharp. When you finally do get back into training, like how good did that feel?
yeah, it felt great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my body probably wasn't the fittest, but yeah, it was a long road, but we're there now and then ready to get back in there and perform.
What was that first training session back like?
Yeah, it was good. It was like because the gym's sort of like a second home, so and it was like I was away from so long, and then once you're back, and then you just get back in the routine, showing up every day. Yeah,
Running in, blast doubling everyone just with all the energy to be back.
yeah, definitely.
You mentioned during the recovery, you kind of just got a chance to rest and play Xbox. What type of games do you play?
I play a bit like Call of Duty, Fortnite, bit of UFC, a few different games.
Very nice, very nice. Playing a little bit of UFC, you're like, one day.
Yeah. No, the UFC like online is real like toxic. Like the UFC 5, like you get messages if they beat you. It's good,
believe
but
I believe me, I absolutely know what you're talking about.
uh,
You mentioned, you're only as good as your last performance, and that itch to go to that next fight. That next fight is on the horizon. How you're to come back right after that, and you're going into another title fight. What does that mean for you? Is that something that you were like, yeah, let's fight for another title?
yeah, we got the opportunity, and then yeah, it means a lot fighting back to back for like Australian professional titles. Like it means I'm doing well, but yeah, it's all about winning these next couple fights, and then hopefully make it to the next step, USC or bigger promotions in a year or so. Keep working my way there.
To have to be going from a camp where you're prepping for a 5 round fight to then go straight into a camp where you're prepping again for a 5 round fight. How is that for you, both on the body and mentality?
Yeah, good. Because I know I could have went the 5 rounds that last fight, even though I got finished in the fourth. I'd been conditioning there, and then this camp's sort of been similar in the aspect for conditioning and yeah, cardio. So I'm ready to just go in there for those fives. Hopefully get it done earlier, but ready for the five fives.
Of course, prepare for the worst, expect the best.
Definitely.
Um, if people look at your professional record, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time fighting outside of Eternal
Yeah, as a pro, yeah, yeah.
as a pro. I was wondering, was there any specific reason for that?
Because I couldn't get a matchup on the Perth one, and then my coach put my name down for other like promotions, and then lucky enough got like yeah a title fight in Diamondback. It's not Adelaide's not too far from Perth, so not complaining.
I'll say, will it be? It's not fighting at home. Is that actually like rough? Where you're like, ah, damn.
Yeah, because I get a lot of supporters like at the venue and stuff, so there won't be many Frank the Tank chants, but should still be good.
Anyone who is there needs to chant twice as loud then to make up for that.
Yeah, definitely.
How is the support at home? Like we've talked about it already, kind of, but you mentioned that like the Frank the Tank chants. How is it, and how is the fan base at home?
Yeah, it's good. Like every time I fight in Perth for the tournament, I always get heaps of people come support, and it just means a lot. And always just like mid fight, like if I'm doing well, I always hear the chants, and it sort of makes me push and makes me like go hard in middle of the fight, in between rounds. Yeah, you can hear them, and then it's good motivation to keep pushing.
So you're a man who can pay attention to the crowd. Sometimes I know people are like, I have no clue what anyone's saying. I'm like too in the moment.
Yeah, the more fights, the more you can sort of dial in better. I'd say. Like last fight, most of the time, just hear bits of my coach, and then sometimes you hear someone stupid in the crowd saying something. Or
Start laughing.
yeah.
Uh, the man you'll be standing across from is Jake Hearl. Uh, what are your thoughts on him as a opponent?
Yeah, he's good. He's quite experienced. Yeah, tall, rangy striker. Yeah, it should be good.
From my perspective, just as me, a bit of a mystery man, Jake Hearl. I don't know too much
Mm,
about him. There isn't too much to know about him, at least from what I've seen.
mm. Not too much tape on him as well.
Yeah, things
And it's
like
in about
that.
2 or 3 fights, but
How
yeah.
is that for you? Like when you're fighting a guy and you're like, don't really know what he's like, just a general idea.
Yeah, yeah, it's right. Well, a lot of fights I've been in there and I sort of had no clue, like, yeah, of their style, who they are. But once you're in there, you sort of feel like their rhythm, yeah, their styles. It's all about styles v styles. Yeah.
If someone were to taken that style v style, if someone who's never seen you fight before and they were like, what's your style? How would you describe yourself?
I'd say kickboxing with wrestling. It's sort of a freestyle style, but yeah, I'd say kick heavy with a bit pressure grappling, my style.
And but thank you for the time. I've got one more question for you. I won't take too much of your time.
It's all good.
Uh um is this is not a critique. If someone go through your social media, there's some big gaps. There's like before promoting this fight, it was like 40 weeks ago was the last post. I was just
Mm.
wondering kind of what are your thoughts on social media? You don't strike me as someone who's necessarily on it all the time.
Yeah, I don't post too much. Probably should, but yeah. I usually only post maybe if I've got like a fight coming up and then yeah. But probably later on, probably yeah, and start working more better content, better shit for my social media and stuff. But
As I said, not a critique. If it doesn't strike you, it doesn't strike you. But
yeah.
are you scrolling often or are you like, oh, I should probably check my Instagram?
Sorta. When I'm at home and stuff, I don't have much on, but yeah. Well, when I go train, I don't really bring my phone. Like, I don't really get many phone calls and messages. So, yeah, not on my phone too much. But when
Do
I'm bored, quick scroll.
you, do you think being able to do that is important and like beneficial to be able to like be, I'm going to leave the phone at home. I actually really don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, most places, yeah. If I'm going to work, and most places I'll take it. But at training, sort of just like, yeah, like go there to like put in the work and yeah, less
Frank,
socializing and more just yeah, grinding in the trenches.
on that grind set, bro. Don't have time to
Uh,
be on the phone.
yeah,
I'm assuming you're coming to me right now from your house.
yeah, correct, yeah.
So we are what it is. The fight is on
Sunday,
Sunday. Damn, fighting on a
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah. So my brother had his first amateur win on Diamondback, and it was on a Sunday. Then I cornered him, and then he's coming over corner me. What's gonna be good? And then it's on a Sunday main event.
How is it cornering your brother?
Yeah, it's
And
good. It's the more fights and the more you better deal with it. I get more nervous when he's fighting compared to myself because can't really control it compared to like can control my emotions when I go in there.
Um, so fighting on Sunday. It is currently Friday, the week before the fight. How far out will you head over?
I think we head on Friday morning, and then the weigh-ins is a Saturday, and then we fight Sunday night, and then come back Monday. And then I'm going to Thailand on the Wednesday to do like a little training thing.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Do you have a specific
that's
gym
me
in
full on.
Thailand?
Just at the shore, and maybe it's like Tiger, or like I heard Lions is alright. But then going to like Koh Tao and Koh Samui, and we're doing like a open water scuba diving
Damn,
in the
all
pool.
right.
Yeah.
So who's going with you?
Just me and my brother. But our coach and then a lot of guys in the gym are going for the first week for the training, and then we're going to like the islands and stuff.
They're going to put the work in, and you're like, I'll put the work in, but then I get to have fun as well.
Yeah,
All work and no play. You have to have some fun.
yeah,
Frank, I thank
definitely.
you so much for the time.
Sweet.
Best of luck in the fight, and also best of luck and safe travels over. Thank you so much for the time, man. I really do appreciate it.
Awesome. Cheers, Joe. Appreciate it.